Hello friends, this is a bunch of chickpeas or garbanzo beans, and this is the beginning of making hummus. Now I filled it up, covered it in water, and I don't want you to see the rest of my kitchen right now because it's spring and all my time's going on in the garden, and my kitchen's a little depressing. Not too bad, but yeah, this video is supposed to be cheerful. So here we have the chickpeas that have been soaking overnight, at least 7 or 8 hours, but longer is even better. And then I'm gonna drain them. This was a half pound of chickpeas, but that's just for I'm the only person in my household, so if there's more than one person in your household, you probably want to pick up the whole pound. That was my the dirty side of my kitchen sink. I wasn't going to show you that, but oh well. Oh, that smell good. Beautiful smell. And then pour in some, that was tap water, but now that we're going to cook them, you want to put in, cover it with pure water plus a couple of inches, they'll cook off, and then there we go, and get it to boiling, so turn it up high. And then once that gets up to a boil, then turn it down to a simmer for probably an hour-ish. You gotta watch them, make sure they have enough water. And then I will also add a half teaspoon of salt to this. That helps the water to come to a boil and simmer. Alright. So here's what my simmer looks like. It's boiling, but it's not boiling so hard that it's gonna overflow the pot. And then I just keep the lid partially on to let out steam, because I actually put in too much water. If you didn't put in too much water, then you could probably put the lid all the way on like that. And then you got to adjust the dial according to whatever is needed to keep it simmering. So the chickpeas have been cooking for an hour, and I just, took one out and blew it off and tasted it, and it wasn't soft enough yet. For this recipe, you're probably going to want to overcook them to where they're starting to fall apart. So here's the garlic part of it. So I started with one of these, and I broke off the cloves. I use like a whole head of garlic I make a roasted garlic hummus with a lot of garlic. So here's how you get the paper off of a clove. This one's really stubborn. There, and then I cut off that little bit because I don't want that in my food. And I'm going to put all of these into this pan of olive oil. It's got about 3 or 4 tablespoons of olive oil, and I used to roast it in the oven, but I just roast it in a pan now. this is my lid. I can't find a lid that fits this pan. I've tried. I think I'll turn the heat down a little to simmer and just let that roast in there. So here's what the garlic looks like after it's roasted. And then I have put half the chickpeas from cooking half a pound of chickpeas in the blender with a quarter teaspoon, actually a half teaspoon of salt and half of a squeezed lemon. I'm going to put half of the garlic in there and give it a whirl. So here's after I blended both batches of the half pound of cooked up chickpeas. I forgot to mention in the second batch I threw in some tahini, which is ground up sesame. And then I mixed them all together. So it took one lemon was enough, but it's always, every lemon's different. So you got to taste it. So that the half pound of chickpeas cost, well, the whole pound was like $1.25, and then the lemon was maybe 25 cents, and then the let's see, the garlic was maybe 50 cents. And so I'd say and then if you count the olive oil and the tahini, maybe $2.50 or $3. And then I weighed it. It made 27 ounces of hummus. And the 8-ounce container of hummus in my fridge that I bought was maybe $4 or $5. So I think before tax, that's like $16 or $17 worth of hummus right there. So that's why I'm sharing this recipe with you. And when I always like a whole lot of garlic in my hummus, a whole lot of roasted garlic. So there you go.